Hey everybody, welcome to New York Nerd Show tonight. My name is AllThatPat. If you are a new viewer, again, welcome. In a little bit different area today, I am in my classroom because this is kind of a different episode of Funko Royalty. Now, normally you're joined by LordCash. He is the king of the Funko Pop. He has so many Funkos, he could build a house with Funkos, and maybe he did. But tonight, I wanted to share a little bit about my Funko story because up until recently, there wasn't one. I met LordCash, God, 15, 20 years ago at this point, and he got heavy into the Funko Pops, basically right when they were coming around. I was into Funko, but it was the bobbleheads, like the straight up bobbleheads. Like I can remember I had a Hong Kong Phooey one. I also had a Scooby-Doo. But again, this was long before, the actual pop craze. So anyway, I'm kind of taking some of mine out right now. LordCash and I have been friends for years, and basically we kind of talked a little bit about Funko Pop, and especially throughout the course of this show. We've been, like I said, doing these shows for quite a long time. So today I'm going to show you some of my Funko Pops. Some of them I didn't even realize were Funko Pops, which is kind of crazy in itself. Now he's talked a little bit about how the Marvel franchises and the Star Wars franchises, because other companies own the rights to making action figures for these. I believe it is Hasbro and Toy Biz, respectively. It could be wrong, but the bottom line is these are considered, for example, they're considered action figures. This is one of my Contra ones. I'm going to show you a couple Contra guys today. Well, let's show that now because I already pulled it up. As you can see, I don't really care about keeping them in the box. I mean, if I get a Funko by random chance and I know it's super expensive, then whatever. But I do like the boxes though, but I just like to put them on display. I think they're really cool. And again, Contra caught my eye because I like the game quite a bit. They're going in my game room. So there's my first two. Like I was saying though, with the whole Marvel, with the whole Star Wars thing, they have to be actually considered officially bobbleheads. So a bit of Ritz and myself were a big fan of Mandalorian and the Child. So we picked up this one a couple months back. And as you can see, it actually has to say bobblehead right there. Whereas the comparatively the Contra, it just says vinyl figure. So that's like a way they have to get around, like as far as the licensing. So with that being said, I have had this Funko Pop for probably the better part of a decade. I never even took the price sticker off of it. But this is the special edition. It is a Lego Star Wars 3, as you can see, for the Nintendo DS, and it has a Jango Fett. Now, for a long time, I just thought it was a statue. Didn't think much of it. But it is actually an official Funko Pop. If you look at the back, it's got Funko Pop right there. And what's interesting is that with the Star Wars ones especially, is that not only do they have to be a bobblehead, but they actually have to have a little statue base. So with that being said, again, I just thought this was a standard like action figure or, whatever. But this is actually, I don't know how rare it is, honestly. I never took it out of the box, but thought it was kind of cool. So when LordCash and I were talking about doing this show months ago, we were talking about, do I have any Funko Pops? No. Well, guess what? I do. And that was well before we even did this show. So I really like having Funko Pops, especially like nowadays, now that I've gotten into it, with things that have never been put into production for, a standard action figure. With that said, I'm a huge fan of Conan O'Brien. I know it's kind of a random segue, but what I'm going to show you next is actually these were the first Funko Pops that I knowingly purchased as a Funko. Conan O'Brien does a series of shows where it's called Conan Without Borders, and he actually goes around the world. And it's basically kind of a goodwill ambassadorship. And again, I think it's a hilarious guy, very creative. And this is actually a pretty inspiring thing that he does. And so he has a whole series of action figures it's Conan Without Borders series. There's 4 of them that I'm aware of. And they are representing the different areas that he went. This obviously representing Mexico. Such a good episode, by the way. I bought these because I was with Bitter Ritz and went to a GameStop, and we were actually looking for Funko Pops for LordCash. And while we were in there, we found these 97 cents. And we got 20% off because of our membership. I'm like, okay. All right, I'm going to go and get 4 Funko Pops for some reason. It's like less than a kid's meal. It's crazy. So I'm looking for my other one in here. But anyway, yeah, there are 4, again, 4 Conan O'Briens, and they all have, their different bases. Again, if you have not seen a Conan Without Borders episode, even if you're not a fan of Conan, but you just like, comedy in general, I would definitely check these out because, again, he went to these countries in all seriousness in order to try to get, he just tried to spread the word of comedy. And he was like very respectful, I feel like, just trying to learn about the cultures. So again, kind of going through some of my Funko Pop collections, if you're just joining us right now, thank you, and if you can share, like, and subscribe, the normal things that you would do on Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube. And like I said, this is our normal episodes where LordCash is here, showing off his massive collection. But I figured tonight I would show you what happened when, he kind of almost unknowingly persuaded me to start collecting. I can't think of any Adam Sandler toys, so to speak. And I'm a big fan of Adam Sandler, and I really like Happy Gilmore. My favorite movie, though, is Big Daddy, to be honest with you. But I like the Boston Bruins as well. And when I saw this available at the store, it is a perfect 1-2 punch. If you're Bob Barker, he had the perfect 1-2 punch. But with that being said, again, I love this figurine, vinyl figure. And so it's really cool. And again, there's a lot of different in this series. There is the Bob Barker fight scene. It's kind of cool. There's also Chubbs and Otto. I'm not too worried about it. I don't need the other ones. They actually, LordCash and I learned about this because it was a pre-order bonus when you got NHL 2020, I believe, for PS4 or Xbox One. I don't believe this is the pre-order one, but that kind of caught my attention. That's how I knew about it in general. So just with that in mind. So, like I said, I'm just kind of showing you some of the Funko Pops that I've gotten into over the years. And again, I'm not considered a Funko collector, but I can't, I can't doubt and deny the fact that they're very popular. When I first saw them, I thought they looked kind of silly. The big eyes, and I don't know, they're kind of weird looking, but here I am. I think I've got 15 of them now total. Kind of crazy. I also played the South Park video games. I like the show too, by the way, but South Park Stick of Truth and Fractured Butthole. Say that quick. But, just having some pretty funny alter egos, by the way, of, I think, Stan Toolshed is. But again, I like South Park. So would I collect any of these? No, but if I saw Mr. Hanky out in the wild and it wasn't crazy expensive, I'd probably pick it up. I wouldn't worry about the human kite or anything else. But again, I like it. And again, they're in the game room, just on the shelves. So this one right here, I did actually. So I made 2 Funko Pop pre-orders. One is coming, I think, next month. I pre-ordered Super Chicken. I don't know if you're familiar with Super Chicken, but it was a cartoon in the 60s. I was not around. But when I was growing up, it was actually a syndicated show, like early in the morning. So I've never seen anything for Super Chicken. So anyway, I heard that was going on pre-order. LordCash alerted me. So I went and I pre-ordered Super Chicken. I'm hoping it comes out pretty soon. I think it is in the summer. So anyway, this next thing right here is actually a pre-order. I bought it because I believe it was an Amazon exclusive. That's where I pre-ordered it from. This is a situation where I actually did buy this one in hopes that it goes up in value. Because I'm not dumb either, like I said, the Contra guy, he might go up in price. I don't, I'll regret that then. But these guys, I just like them, so I just really want to get them. And again, I didn't throw his box out. I've got it upstairs, so I'm gonna throw it back in there to stack it. But anyway, a little bit off topic. So this was, like I said, it was an Amazon exclusive, and it was actually a Funko Pop 2-pack for WWE for Hulk Hogan and Mr. T. Last summer, Mr. T had a lot of merchandise coming out representing his wrestling career. Mattel put out an action figure for him. It was kind of cool. It came like a little a box that was sealed, but it had his big neck, his chains look from the 80s. So he just had a really big push last year in professional wrestling. I don't know if there was an anniversary or what it was. So anyway, I'm going to do it. I'm going to open this bad boy up. I'm definitely keeping the box though, because I like how it actually labels what it is. So open this bad boy up, and here it is. There's the Hulk Hogan and Mr. T WrestleMania 1 Amazon exclusive 2-pack. It definitely looks very cool. I mean, you got Mr. T with his flex bar, and Hogan with his weightlifting belt. And again, this is Hogan actually still has hair. That's what I think is kind of cool too. He's got his mullet, and his hair is not receding. It's not in full retreat right now. It's still a little receding. So I do think it's pretty cool. It doesn't, oddly enough, it doesn't match the box art where you can see like a little bit more of his hair right there, which again, if I was going to nitpick, I'd almost say that'd be kind of cooler. But and again, like this is one of those things like Lord Cash on his show, this show always talks about like the stickers, like the Amazon exclusive, the Wonder Cons and the Emerald Fest and things like that. Those are, pretty important things for a collector. I know I picked up in a previous episode, I picked up a lot of Garbage Pail Kid Funko Pops. And there was one that he picked up for me. And again, I think it was from Emerald Con officially, but it was Boney Tony, one of those Garbage Pail Kids. So those are up in the game room. Well, not Boney Tony, but the other ones are up there. I'm not showing those tonight because I did already show those in a previous episode. So again, I am a Funko Pop collector, I guess. I don't get so of an enthusiast or anything like that, but I do enjoy them. That's the bottom line. I actually, funny enough, I got my dad a couple because it's really good ways to get like sports characters, whether it be like Aaron Rodgers of the Green Bay Packers or, oh my God, who did I get from the Boston Bruins? Not Adam Sandler. But anyway, yeah. So again, just want to kind of share some of these tonight because again, Funko's big. There's no getting around it. There's got to be 10,000 of these things by this point because, I mean, again, friends of mine have over 1,000 themselves, and they don't collect everything. So yeah, I do appreciate you joining us tonight at 8 p.m. show. Like I said, everything we do, we try to have fun with it, and we have a lot of shows, and we do typically try to put our shows at 8 p.m. daily. But if we're not on, always remember you can check out our YouTube channel, especially because we have over 100 videos of our previous shows, whether it be Mail Call Mail Time, Slam Nation Wrestling, Funko Pop, Funko Royalty. So this is our general schedule though for the week. Today is Friday. It's Funko Royalty night. Tomorrow's Mail Call Mail Time. That's where we show you different things that we have gotten in the mail. And it is not bills. It is different stuff that we've ordered through like Amazon, on eBay, whatever it might be. We've got a lot of cool stuff. Sunday is called The Wild, where we kind of talk about what we purchased out in the wild with its garage sale season, especially with the pandemic kind of loosening up a little bit. It's not gone away, believe me, but it's definitely made it a little bit less stressful, I guess. So we show you some stuff in there. Monday is Crazy Card Collecting. We take a look at some basically vintage cards, whether they be wax packs from back in the 80s or 90s, or even current stuff like Garbage Pail Kids and Wacky Packages. Tuesday is the one that started it all, Slam Nation Wrestling. Lord Cash and I take a look at the world of professional wrestling. And this week coming up, we are actually taking a look at AEW Wrestling. Yes, that's right, All Elite Wrestling. And we're going to be talking about the most recent big event called Blood and Guts. We're still going to talk about WWE and preview the upcoming pay-per-view, but I want to take a look at AEW. I believe this is the first time that Lord Cash has actually watched AEW. Game Room on Wednesday, take a look at one of the video games. This past week, we did a Royal Rumble for Riches with the women's division, Battle Royal. And this coming week, I'm not sure. I know DJ Silence, one of our guests now and then, him and I finally got a copy of Streets of Rage 4, so we'll be checking that out pretty soon. And then Thursdays, I stream, you stream. Last night, we talked about Roger Rabbit, Who Framed Roger Rabbit. That was one of the biggest movies in the 1980s, and it was one of the ones that really introduced the world to a greater detail of the blend of animation and live action. It wasn't the first, but it may have been the best. So with that being said, I hope you have a wonderful night. And I just noticed that my light just went off, but that's okay. I guess they're kicking me out. I guess it's the turning off the lights. And with that being said, I'm out of here. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And again, take care of yourself and adios.